What's going on? Are you somebody who's getting into software engineering and you just don't quite have the motivation, or you want to know exactly how you could put your foot through the door? Well, I'm right there with you guys. I'm just maybe a couple steps ahead of you, but I want to give you my experience so that way maybe I can motivate you to get started, show you what I'm doing. That way you might can get an idea what works for you, what won't work for you. But essentially, I am currently getting a going to go to a software engineering boot camp, and I'm gonna go to galvanize the hack reactor, and I'm going to start. Right now, I'm about to practice, so that way whenever I do enter into the cohort, I am very knowledgeable and I'm ahead of the game, ahead of the curve. Because from what I hear, it's pretty strenuous and it's pretty tough. So I want to go ahead and get what I can. So by going ahead and preparing myself, I'm currently on Udemy. If you don't know what Udemy is, it's a learning platform. This video is not sponsored, but it's a learning platform where people, amazing teachers, go in there and they teach their knowledge and they give it back to people. So right now I'm currently doing this right here. It's called JavaScript like Zero to Expert by Jonas. I don't know how to say his last name, but it's up here. And that's what I'm currently doing right now. So I'm using these videos as a way, for one, to help reinstill the knowledge into me by teaching it to you guys, and two, hopefully motivating you guys into getting started and showing you some type of path that you could go about. And if you can see me do it, then you could definitely believe that you could do it, because I am new to this and I have no clue what I'm doing, but I am doing it. Like, I'm learning little by little and I'm getting better and better every day. So let's go ahead and get started. If you don't know, what we do is we do coding challenges on here. So today we're going to be talking about arrays specifically. So with arrays, you just have an array. Array holds different types of information and stores it into one variable, or an array. So from my understanding, that's what that is. So we're going to read this coding challenge and we're going to get into it. All right, with all that stuff being said, let's go ahead and get into the coding challenge. If you don't know by now, we do coding challenges on here. Today's coding challenge is going to focus on arrays. So this might look familiar. This is the calculator tip calculator from a couple of videos earlier. But what we're doing here is we're going to go ahead and read over the coding challenge and we're going to get into it. Steven is still building his tip calculator using the same rules as before. Tip 15% of the bill if the bill value is between 50 and 300. And if the bill value is different, the bill value if it's different, the tip is 20%. So first task, write a function called calctip that takes any bill as an input and returns the corresponding tip, calculated based on the rules above. And this is the code I was talking about from the other problem. Use the function type you like the most. So talking about the expression function type, arrow function type. You're probably not gonna be able to use the arrow function, but and then the declared function type. So test the function using a bill value of 100. So what we like to do here is we like to just focus on one at a time. So we're going to create this function called calctip. Let's go ahead and get into that. All right, so if you don't know what I'm using right now, you can check out some of my earlier videos, but just to give you a brief overview, I'm using Replit. Go to replit.com, make you an account, and choose node.js as what your file is, and you can go ahead and start typing up code just like I am here. Cool thing about this is once you type something in here, you can type some code and hit run, and it'll automatically put it over here. As you can see, I got an error because this is not valid code, but let's go ahead and get started. So it wants us to create a function called calctip. So what we need to do is, so boom, we set it up. So essentially, this is the function. This is the function name. We're gonna put some parameters in here, and then this is the function body. So if we refer back to this, it wants us to that takes any bill value as an input. So we could just put bill as our parameter, and returns the corresponding tip. Returns the corresponding tip, calculated based on the rules above. So we put an if-else statement. Reason being because if it's a certain thing, it's going to give that certain type of tip value. If it's not, it's going to give the other value. So if, okay, we're getting a little excessive with these spaces. So if bill is greater than or equal to 50 and bill is less than or equal to 300, then return bill times 0.15, 15%. And then else we can return bill times 0.20, 20%. Now what we can do is we can call on this by doing variable bill tip equals, or I don't even think we need to do all that. So we could just do calc tip. Now we could put in the bill, which is say 100. And it should give us some type of return over here. So let's always get practice to add your semicolons. So we're not doing that, so let's do that. Run. Should give us 20%. Oh, we have the console.log it. So yeah, so a lot of times I notice, especially the guy teaching Jonas, he will not put console.log. It's kind of like a thing that happens. So make sure if something's not popping up over here, you always put your console.log. So it gave us 20%. Let's check it out. So 100 times 0.2 is that 15? Should have 15, 15. Oh, I had the console.log. So this is just us fact checking our functions working properly. So yeah, no, that's correct actually. I'm tripping out. So no, it should be 15 because it's greater than 50. Okay. Whew. We're getting a little crazy there. We're doing a little magic. Okay, so we know that that works. So we have task 1 out of the way. So we're gonna roll this back over here and we're gonna read number 2. So and now let's use arrays. So create an array bills containing the test data below, which is this test data. So create an array, which we could just do constant bills equal, and then we do these brackets. The brackets was what signifies the array. You could also create an array like this. You could do constant bills equal new array, and then do parentheses, and you can start typing some stuff like that. But we're just going to use this other way. So just like this. And he said do 125, 55, 55, and 44. Alright, now that we have that out the way, next one is, and now, or create an array tips containing the tip value for each bill, calculated from the function you created before. Okay. So same thing, create an array, constant tips equals brackets, and he says create an array tips containing the tip value for each bill calculated from the function you created before. So I'm assuming we could just put in calc tip bill and we should be good. Boom. Don't forget our semicolons. Alright. And saying bonus, this is a bonus portion. Create an array total containing the total value, so the bill plus the tip. So constant total equals brackets and the bill plus the tip. So we can actually put expressions inside of this because it'll accept that it's not illegal or anything. So bills plus tips. All right. Not too confident how this will work, but let's see. Let's run it. Okay, bill is not defined. All right, guys, so check it out. So I was having a couple difficulties, but I'm going to show you and explain to you exactly what's going on here. We're going to go over it from top to bottom real quick. So this is the function. This is the name of the function, this parameter, and this is everything in it. So if the bill is greater than 50 or equal to 50 and less than 300 or equal to 300, then it's going to give back 15% tip. If not, else it's going to return the bill at 20%. So, and if you come down here, we have an array called bills, and it has the amount or the value for every bill, and then we have an array called tips. So this is where we were screwing up. We weren't putting this inside of an index or inside of a brackets. The reason we have to put it inside of brackets is because we are using this function well, first off, we're creating an array, but we're using the function inside of the array to access this value, this value, and this value. And the way we do that is, for example, we use the function, we call it onBills, because that's where we're trying to get the value at. And then where on the value, because arrays are 0 indexed, it starts at 0. So this value or element is 0, then this is 1, and then 2. So you can't just do, in order to get 1 or 0, 1, and 2, you have to actually put a comma, and then you have to put the same thing, but you change where you're going to actually, so you change a 0 to a 1, because now this is going to give you that second value. And then you change this one, you do another one, and you paste it, and you change this one to a 2. So now you're going to access the elements at 0 for this one, 1 for this one, and then 2 for that one. And so it'll log the tips. So, and then the same thing you're going to do for total. So in order to get a total back, you got your bills right here, plus, so it's going to give this value back, plus tips at 0, which is, now that this whole thing is an array, each one of these, this calc tip right here, let me go back, this calc tip, where that comma is and everything before, that is actually 0. Like it's 0. This is an array. So it's going to take the value that you got here and add it to this. That's how you get the total. So in order to get the total for the next one, you're going to have to since this is an array, you add a comma, and then you're just going to do the same thing. Copy it. And then you're just going to paste it, but you're going to change each one to 1 now because you want to access the second one, or the next value. And then we're going to do that one more time, and we're going to change these to 2s. Boom. And so that is how you access it. So if you look right here, we're going to do, so we're going to console.log the tips and the bills, so you can see the bills and the tips, and then we're going to console.log total right here. And if we hit run, we should get everything correct. Okay, a little issue. So I would like to run into errors so that way we can work on them together. So if you look right here, you come right here, this needs to be closed out like that, I think. Okay, it's missing a parenthesis somewhere. Okay, we're missing a parentheses right there. You see that? Boom. Oh wait, no, I don't think that parentheses needs to even be there. Yeah, that parentheses should not be there. Yep, it doesn't need to be there. Okay, maybe it does need to be there. I'm tripping. Yeah, it does need to be there, but it's not there for all these other ones either. That's the issue. Sorry. So yeah, we're just essentially closing out the parameter parentheses for all of them. So that should work now. Okay, I think we have... Okay, we're missing a. So if you look, we're just making common errors. So if you look, this is the array bracket. So because it was gone, it was trying to use this other bracket. So okay, if you look right here, 15 is this thing. We could just here. We don't need to worry about that. So we'll run this one more time. All right. So this is the amount, the total. Then this is the percentage of the tip, the total bill, the tip for the bill, total bill, tip for the bill, and then these are the totals. So 125 plus 1875 is going to give you 143.75. Then we're going to say the number, and then 52.50 or point 0.8. So yeah, that's pretty much how you do arrays. And as you can see, I struggled a good bit with that. But this is properly how you have it. And we'll go over it one more time. The function creates the calc tip, which gives you the bill, and tells you the bill, what kind of percentage you're going to get off the bill. Then we have this array called bills, and then this tip array works off of this array bills by calculating whatever the value is here using the calc tip function. That's how you're going to get your tip value. And then from there, we console.log both the bills value and the tip value, and then we totaled it out by using another array and accessing the bills array and the tips array and adding them together. And then we just console.log total, which is right here for all of them. So yeah, that's essentially a basic overview over arrays. I appreciate you guys for watching. If you are motivated and you want to join my Discord and talk to us, and essentially I have people on my Discord where we just talk about coding. We talk about things similar to that, what we're working on, our goals, and we just help each other learn and motivate each other. Something cool that I thought I could start and that we could grow as a community. Just join it if you are interested. I'd appreciate it. And if you see my other videos, I do build computers. So if you're interested in a computer, don't waste your extra money on, buying at Best Buy or something. I'll build it, customize it just to you, and then I'll ship it out to you free of charge with a 3-year warranty. That's priced at, I think warranties run about like $200, free of charge. If anything happens, just send them back. But the link for my website is down below if you want to check that out if you're interested. I also do a nonprofit where I give gaming PCs and gaming related like consoles and stuff away to kids. You want to check that out, the link's down in the description below. It's a GoFundMe. You can donate money, or you can email me. You could donate me some peripherals or parts. That would be awesome. And another thing is follow me on all my social media. I'm always posting on there, and I'm trying to educate you guys, educate myself, and just teach to somebody that's a couple steps behind me. That's my main goal, and I want to be able to motivate somebody and inspire them. I use that word a lot, but that's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to inspire somebody that and make them believe in themselves the way I'm trying to tell myself to believe in myself, because it's doable, guys. Like, you just have to put the work in. And as you can see, it's not impossible. I just worked through this problem real live time. Like, you see me, I was struggling a little bit, but we got it through, and I showed you the right way to do it. I'm not going to tell you nothing that's wrong. If I do, I'm not an expert, but I'm gonna make sure that whatever I tell you is true, and I double check myself, and I'm letting you know firsthand, this is how I'm doing it. This is not what I tell you to do. This is how I'm learning about it. But if you want to take my advice and you like the direction I'm going, then please follow my footsteps. That would be awesome. And if you guys need anything else, I appreciate it. Thank you guys for watching. If you want to see any other types of videos, let me know. Put that in the description down below. Thank you, and peace.